Now that you've read Who Killed Spalding Gray, we're ready to get to the heart of some of the themes and the style of the play. In order to facilitate this week's discussion, I sat down to talk with the play's author, Daniel McIvor. This play, like all of Daniel's plays, is more invested in asking questions than in providing answers. Meta-theater is an excellent form for this because meta-theater, by its very nature, asks us to always question what is real. In Daniel's plays, addiction is a monster. Many of the questions that come up in his work have to do with the idea of badness or demons or monsters and where they come from. In my conversation with Daniel, we discussed 3 of his plays, one of them called Monster, one of them called A Beautiful View, and of course, we talk about this week's reading, Who Killed Spalding Gray. In Monster, the monster is ominous and inevitable. It's there and it will emerge, and there is nothing anyone can do about it. The character of Joe, who is the character that Daniel will read from, a monologue from in the upcoming interview, is an alcoholic who is talking to his AA group in the play about a recent experience that led him to abandon his resolve after many years of being sober and start drinking again. In the end, though, Joe takes his monster into his own hands and is determined to resume his battle with alcohol addiction. Alcohol is sometimes known as spirits, and Joe battles alcoholism like a spirit, something that Daniel McIvor himself does in Who Killed Spalding Gray, as well as in his own life. The overlapping stories and times in many of Daniel's plays give us some insight into the way that live theater can traverse time. Storylines, timelines, and thematics overlap and intersect so that a character who is, for example, an unborn child in the play is also simultaneously the narrator of the play in Monster. In the theater, we use a number of means to convey time and location to an audience, and the primary means through which we do this are lighting and sound, and additionally often characterization, costume, and setting, which all signal to a viewer where, when, and who the characters are. In Beautiful View, there are a couple of monsters. One is outside of the character. It is this threat from outside, the danger of the world itself. And it is also, in fact, fear itself. This play moves away from the themes of alcohol and addiction to focus on another topic of our class, which is sexuality. A Beautiful View focuses on sexual identity and how we identify ourselves and each other can become a limiting frame that prohibits our full understanding of ourselves and our full understanding of each other. Sex and identity in our culture are always inextricably tied. This is a theme that will return again and again throughout this entire course. All of these themes will be discussed in detail in the interview. And so, without further ado, on to the interview with Daniel McIvor.